In talking about the circle, we learned that all the way around is 360 degrees, which means that halfway around would be 180. And we learned that half a circle is 180 if we look at as what we call a central angle. So one thing to consider is that if you think of it as a cake, half of a cake then would always be 180 degrees from all the way around one half to the other. If we begin to slice that cake, it doesn't change the amount of degrees. So you'll still have 180 degrees. So if I put just one slice of cake in here, or add a cut, you now have two pieces, but it's still going to add up to 180 degrees. Both the arcs as well as the angles, the central arcs and the central angles are always the same. So that will mean if we're missing an angle here, but we know that this one is 50, we will be able to know that x plus the 50 will always equal 180 degrees. We call these two angles on a line a linear pair, a pair of angles on a line, and they will always equal 180 degrees. So even if we have something with a bit of algebra, the sum of those two angles will always equal 180. Sum is another word for adding. So let's say this is 50 degrees, but this one is 2x plus 10. Some people think of vertical angles, they always want to set things equal, but we have to think about it. This is half of a circle if we drew a circle in the middle of the vertex. So these two angles will equal 180 when we add them. So 2x plus 10 plus the 50 will equal 180. Then we have an algebra problem where we add like terms, 2x plus 60, and we subtract 60 on both sides. So 2x equals 120. So 2 times x is what this means. We'll do the opposite to both sides, we'll divide. So x is going to equal 60. So one thing to keep in mind, whenever we have a linear pair, whether there's algebra or no algebra, when you add them, the sum of them will always be 180, because a linear pair is the same as looking at the arcs for half a circle. So they'll always add up to 180 degrees.